in boxing. Introducing to you first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. Here wears black trunks with yellow trim. He officially weighs in 182 pounds. No canto azul, vestindo su H amarelo e preto, con un peso oficial de 182 libras. He stands with a professional record of two professional bouts. One victory, one defeat, and one of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. En dos combates profesionales. Una victoria, una derrota y una victoria por nocaut. Damas y caballeros, recibamos como se merece a la leyenda brasileña y mundial de las artes marciales mixtas. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Brazilian and worldwide legend of MMA. Senhoras y senhores, apresentando a lenda brasileira e mundial do MMA. Do Curitiba, Paraná, Brasil. Anderson, the Spider Silva! And his opponent across the ring, standing at the red corner. He wears green camouflage. He officially weighs in 184 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo camuflaje verde, con un peso oficial de 184 libras. In 57 professional bouts, he stands with a record of 52 victories, 5 defeats, and 34 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 52 victorias, 5 derrotas, y 34 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the former WBC middleweight champion of the world. Damas y caballeros, con ustedes, el ex campeón mundial peso medio del CMB. Puro Culiacán, Sinaloa, México. Julio César Chaves Júlio.
You hear almost equal applause for both fighters
and now
here.
giving out the final instructions.
Interesting.
Your referee in charge, Rodrigo Flores. 8 rounds. Ocho Santos.
Chris, let's talk about the keys to victory. What do these guys need to do, speaking Chaves first, to win this fight?
All right, we only have 8 rounds. Chaves is used to fighting 10 or 12 round distances. He needs to start fast. He doesn't want Anderson Silva to get comfortable. 2, he has to be a bully. We got a small ring. He can be physical, fight on the inside, get to that body, which is number 3. Body, body, body. Hit that body every chance you get. Silva has a very long torso. For keys to victory for Anderson Silva, get your bearings. Know where you are. Get your feet underneath you. Get some respect early. You've got to sit down on those punches in boxing. He's got to be crafty. He's a very slick guy. He's got that great upper body head movement that he can fire right off of. And also, he's got to stay long. He's tall, he's long, he's got broad shoulders. He doesn't want to be in the inside with Chaves Jr.
Well, everyone's wondering what's going to happen in this fight here tonight. A lot of the boxing experts say that there's no way Anderson Silva can compete with someone on the caliber, the level of Julio Cesar Chaves Jr. Some people saying Chaves didn't take it as seriously as he might if he was facing a more formidable boxing opponent. But they both look like they're in shape and they're ready to go. And they both look intense here as they touch gloves and they get it underway as the lights come up in the ring for our co-main event, an 8-rounder between Julio Cesar Chaves in the camo shorts, Anderson the Spider Silva in the black and yellow, as he's known for. Silva dancing around the ring, circling. Silva southpaw always can be tricky. It's all about that front foot when you're fighting a southpaw, right, Chris?
Yeah, you're going to see that battle of that front foot. You want to keep your lead foot on the outside, whether you're a southpaw or an orthodox fighter. Keep them within your striking position, which is between your legs.
You see the size difference. Silva is a big man. Again, fought in the UFC often against full-size 205ers and was able to handle them and handle the power in 4-ounce gloves quite well. So we'll see if a natural 168er in Julio Cesar Chaves, even fighting down at 160, can hurt him with the bigger gloves. Nice 2-3, kind of feeling out with the punches. Big body shot, as you mentioned, needs to be done by Chaves.
Anderson's moving very well right now. I'm impressed with his ability to maintain a boxing stance, move laterally, and his hands are in great position.
I don't know if it's just because they're bigger guys, but man, do these gloves look small on these guys.
They really do.
Right?
The ring looks really small, too.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room to move here, which could be a disadvantage for Silva, who likes to use footwork and range here.
You can see that reach advantage from Silva. He's got 4-inch reach advantage over Junior. You can see he's got very long arms, wide shoulders.
Silva jumping in. A little uppercut action.
Chaves moving his head pretty well, not being a stationary target. Hands in good position.
Overhand left. Partially blocked there by Silva.
Now you see the the body posture. You see Chaves. He wants it. Ooh, good left hook from Chaves.
Did land there. And
Chaves wants to be in close. He's coming forward, and Silva's moving laterally. He wants to stay outside, stay long.
Silva bouncing, dancing, moving, hands down. Now we know Silva, he's being measured right now, but as we've seen him in his UFC career, when you hit him, kind of lights a fire. He does have a chip on his shoulder. He is a true fighter. And when he does get hit, he wants to get it back. But he has to be careful against the experience, boxing skills of Julio Cesar Chaves Jr.
Silva at his best is a phenomenal counterpuncher. Ability to pull the trigger and land hard, sharp punches. One of the best in UFC history.
Yeah, and he does like to lull his opponents in. Almost seems to be inactive at times, and the next thing you know, like you said, bang, that one big shot comes, hurts his opponent, and then he swarms.
Brandon, like, he's one of those guys who lulls you to sleep. He does it with his posture, with his body, with his mind, with his face. He's very relaxed in there.
Well, I think it's safe to say he already did better than Ben Askren a few weeks back.
Well,
yeah, Ben Askren is known as a grappler, never ever as a striker. In fact, some people say he had the worst striking ever in the UFC. And Anderson Silva had some of the best striking ever in the UFC. So much different MMA versus boxing match than we have here, guys.
Also, Anderson Silva does have he has boxed before professionally.
Yes.
He also is a kickboxer. So kickboxing is somewhat, I think, of an easier transition to boxing than going straight from MMA or having a wrestling background like Ben Askren.
You know what I've noticed, Chris, is Anderson in that first round, he took that hook very well, and that was a big question that I had coming into this fight is how he would take Chavez's punches.
Yeah, he got hit with that big left hook, was lead. He did take it well. It didn't seem to rock him all that much.
Can we say a fighter is a fighter is a fighter no matter what discipline they're in?
I mean, yeah, a fighter is a fighter is a fighter, sure, but someone who's going to be effective is a whole other story.
Well, you were talking about the transition from one sport to the other. Anderson Silva, if you remember, had that horrific leg injury against Chris Weidman. He could only box for 2 years after that. He didn't really want to use that leg, so he got a lot of boxing experience in getting back to the UFC after that injury.
That's a phenomenal point, Brandon. Really, really is indicative of what we're seeing here. I mean, he looks good.
Look at that. He's dancing his way. He's a little awkward, though. His footwork is awkward.
Good
lands a big hook, though. But, fighting a southpaw is always a little bit more difficult. You don't see him as often. It always presents issues. And he moves a lot. He does not become a sitting target very often.
No, he always had great head movement, great upper body rhythm for an MMA guy, which generally you don't see at the high level in MMA.
Oh, big shots coming from Silva on Chaves in the corner, but Chaves looks unfazed, kind of like...
Nice uppercut.
Chaves showing pretty decent defense at this point.
Nice jab gets through.
I'm actually surprised because Junior is actually bringing action to Silva.
Yeah, he's pushing the pressure.
He said he needed to do that too. He said, I need to bring the fight to him. I have to do that to earn respect of the crowd and to really prove that I'm the better boxer here. I can't sit back on him. I got to pressure him. And he's trying to, but man, Silva is a tough cookie to catch.
Yeah, Silva's in a rhythm right now. He was showing a few moments ago vintage Anderson Silva. He'd like to showboat a lot in his UFC fights.
I think that's him finding his flow, though. That's what he needs.
Very surprised at how good Silva looks this early in the match. Oh. Referee giving a little warning there. Break it up. Listen to my instructions. Oh, Silva blocks that big over. Understands the magnitude of this event as we go into the third round of a scheduled 8. This is a sanctioned boxing match. This is not an exhibition. This is a real live boxing match between Julio Cesar Chaves and the great UFC champion Anderson Silva.
Chaves seems to be having a little bit of trouble getting on the inside of those long arms of that plus 4-inch reach advantage for Anderson Silva.
Silva looking good for a man of mid-40s here.
Moving great. Nice lateral movement, good head movement, upper body rhythm.
Okay, that's a completely new defense right there.
Now, he did that a lot in the MMA. He did this little, I'd say he'd make a square with his hands in front of his face. And it's something he liked to do in MMA. I don't know if it's going to be a
Effective
smart
here.
idea in
No.
boxing.
Oh, nice. Chavez really bringing the action, being aggressive, starting everything right now.
Yeah, Anderson just needs to be careful that he doesn't get too comfortable in that.
Yeah, he is kind of lunging forward.
He's not landing a whole lot. And Chavez's defense has actually been pretty tight. I like Chavez. He's keeping that little bit of tick-tock, that left and right, up and down. He's keeping that head moving so he's not a stationary target.
And I'm going to revert to what Marco said. Junior has the tool.
Yeah, very talented. And that's why when you ask, like, you know, in the beginning of the fight, asking me about which Chavez is going to be, I'm like, I always think it's going to be that guy. You know, the one, because he does have talent. Ooh, little toe touch there from.
He's really showing out right now. You can't say he doesn't have style because
Charisma.
Silva.
Yeah.
I mean, he's again.
He's a showman.
I mean, he's been under the bright lights many times
Yes.
in the cage. So he's obviously not being overwhelmed or affected by the stage here. And he's having fun in there, and you got to love that. And that's what he said in the interviews. He said, I said, why are you still fighting? Why do you still do this? And he said, you know, if you love your job, you don't work a day in your life. And I love doing this. I love fighting. So why would I stop doing something that I love and I feel like I still can do?
And he still does.
Oh, good body shot from
Oh,
Chavez
look at
Jr.
Chavez, razor sharp. He's looking for that aggression and just going with those hooks.
Oh, big right hand there. Chavez got Silva. Oh, Silva says, come on. Let's go. What do you got? Hands down. Give it to me, Chavez. What do you got? Hands down.
Oh, good body shot.
But that's how he lulls guys into counter shots. That's how he lulls guys.
Yes.
That's how he did it in the UFC. That's how he's trying to do it right now in the boxing ring.
I love this, man.
Man,
this
Silva.
is great stuff from
Silva.
Anderson Silva.
Back to the corner.
Oh, what a man.
Fires a hard jab.
We have ourselves a fight here, gentlemen.
Oh, gosh. He's having fun, and he's making sure we're having fun here, too. Ringside. All of you, I hope, are having fun. Watching on Fight TV
good right
or whatever cable.
Very well blocked.
Aye,
Look,
yeah,
that's
that's
two
great.
in a row.
Tuning in on
Yes.
Julio César Chaves needs to push the pace and throw more combination, but you see Anderson Silva is getting more comfortable and throw these punches, these combinations very well.
All right, back to the action.
And here we go, going into the fourth round of this scheduled 8-rounder.
This is really smart what Anderson Silva is doing. He's playing mind games. He's being a bully, a tough guy. You know, good uppercut.
Great uppercut. Yes.
He's getting under the skin of Chavez.
What is up with that step?
That little foot lift.
Yes.
You know, who knows? Only he knows. We'll have to ask him after the fight. Maybe it's something that he just been playing with in the gym that he said he's feeling so loose and free. That's what it says to me.
Yes.
He's feeling completely comfortable in there, not intimidated at all. And then Chavez just almost can't believe what the heck is happening. He has a look in his face like, are you serious, man?
Speaking of comfort, Chavez Jr. does not look very comfortable in this round.
Yeah, it's herky-jerky timing from Anderson Silva. You know, Junior's trained a boxing rhythm his whole life, and you got an MMA guy in here that's throwing him a completely different rhythm.
What did he do?
I'm not
A
sure
little
what
forearm.
the problem is. Oh, a little
He
forearm.
got for the forearm, but
Maybe for the elbow there. Yeah, no elbows allowed in this sport here.
maybe that extra step is him getting used to preparing that leg for a kick.
Yeah, maybe he wants to
No,
kick.
no. He's doing it's a showman move. He's touching his ankle before he punches you, almost like Roy Jones used to like. Actually, Roy Jones has done that in fights.
I think I have seen that actually. Now that you say that,
it's Roy Jones.
He's pulling. He's maybe an homage to Roy Jones in there.
Maybe.
Roy used to cock his arm before throwing the right hand, you know,
Well, if you
or the
think-
bolo from
It's
Sugar
like
Ray
anti-
Leonard.
Yeah, if you think about it, he kind of has a Roy Jones style, kind of a push and pull, you know.
Reactions. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I was just thinking that he's light on the front leg and just carrying the weight in the back leg.
No, I think it's much more of a showman type move.
Oh, nice inside shots here. These guys are
Oh,
toe to toe going in the ropes.
but look
Sweat
at the fight.
like nice jab from Anderson. Anderson's
Oh,
starting to put
yes.
some work
Lot of
together
pressure.
here. Silva right in front of us.
And going at it.
Starting to put it on Chavez here. Nice
Silva not afraid to get hit either. He's taking the punches well.
Very well. Even that hook to the liver, no problem.
I mean, he is a bigger man, you know, naturally than Chavez. And again, he's fought way bigger guys in the UFC with smaller gloves. Maybe he's not really concerned about the power. Nice jab by Silva.
I am so impressed
Look,
with Anderson
and that-
Silva right now.
That left hook to the
Good
liver is
right
not
hook.
even making
No.
Silva budge.
Now, Silva has very long arms. He's got that long elbow to block that shot. He's doing it very well.
Oh, catching him with
Oh!
the left. Coming in big time in this round, guys. Wow.
Hey everybody, just wanted to take a quick pause and ask you all for your help by simply subscribing to the channel. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Thank you all for being here, and now back to our video.
All the rounds, but finally was able to in the last round.
Going into the 5th round, we are past the halfway point of this fight. Silva really starting to feel himself in that last round.
Yes.
Continuing on with that pressure. Instead of Julio pressuring Silva, it's Silva pressuring Julio now, guys.
Yeah, has Chaves Jr. pressed against the ropes and letting his hands go is Anderson Silva at this point.
Frustration, almost question marks in the eyes
And,
of Chaves. Looking at the ref, complaining.
I was just going to tell you, and we saw the same exact attitude
From
in Omar.
Yep. Listen, when a fighter's looking at the ref, that means that something's wrong. Something's wrong inside them. You should be 100% focused on the man in front of you, the way Anderson Silva is looking at Chaves, and the way that Ramon Alvarez was looking at Omar Chaves.
Exactly. You know, it's funny because when I was talking to Omar Chaves, all he made allusion to was the fact that this was Inocente's background. That's it. This is his backyard.
Maybe
not focused on his own stuff, focus on him.
No, at all.
Thinking about his opponent more than his own game can be detrimental, and
more
it was for him in the fight.
Exactly. And he was more looking to opportunities that would come up with the ref favoring Inocente.
Yeah, you can't be thinking about outside influences on the fight. You know, that's not going to be a good thing. And it looks like Chaves Jr. is kind of doing that too as he looks to the ref. Twice he's looked to the ref.
Yes.
Oh, nice right hand lands, but Silva is one.
Silva took it well.
He won't even budge.
Strong-chinned boxer, as you see.
Great upper body rhythm and movement from Silva.
Nice jab again from Silva.
And I got to tell you, that waist movement, that bobbing and weaving, that just, that slight movement with his legs.
Another jab.
But he's great at firing off that movement. It's not wasted movement. He's moving, and he fires from that position. It's hard to see where his punches are coming from.
Silva is becoming a puzzle that is JC Jr. is having trouble figuring out here.
Breaking it down, yeah. And see how he changes directions?
Mm-hmm. Very, very good footwork.
Man, Silva is just really doing what he wants in there right now.
Yes.
Chaves looks tired.
Talk about ring generalship. Chaves looks exhausted.
Yeah. Conditioning is going to play a big part.
Again.
Complain. Yep.
Wow. I mean, what?
Listen, the thing about boxing is you're allowed to punch your opponent in the face. Why would you complain to the ref?
Guys, I'm getting weird vibes from Junior Sergio Martinez fight where he was a little slow, and then you might see him turn on the heat, in these last rounds.
I don't know. I mean, it's
Anderson Silva is not Sergio Martinez.
No, not at all, but he's doing a very great kind of
good
himself.
right hand from Junior.
Yeah, but that's one after every 100 that Silva throws.
Oh, Silva dips under that hook.
Silva doing a good job of bait.
Here we go, guys. 6th round. Silva seeming like he's finding more and more comfort, more and more swagger as the fight continues.
I am so impressed with Anderson Silva right now.
100%.
I've been a big fan of him for so long. I thought his striking was otherworldly in the MMA cage, and now, I mean, he's bringing it to the boxing ring, and he's looking phenomenal.
Man, these guys are
42.
At 42.
I can literally, it looks like Chaves' shorts are raining right now. That's how much effort and sweat is dripping from these men.
I mean, that jab is going in on cue. That straight is going in on cue.
Oh, another
that
straight.
Defense does not exist in Chaves.
No, he's giving up on that head movement. Who would have thought we'd see Chaves Jr. pinned on the ropes with Anderson Silva letting his hands go.
For the
switching
last 3
sides.
rounds.
Yeah.
For 3 rounds, last 3 rounds he's been there.
But he's smart. He's also using his size.
Yes, exactly.
And just weighing him down.
Good body work on the inside there from Chaves.
But look, Silva's staying there.
Yeah.
In the infight.
He's
willing to
comfortable.
take it. Yes.
That's been the most surprising thing for me is the comfort level of Anderson Silva. The Spider is finding a home in the boxing ring.
No doubt.
And he's weaving a web here to catch Chaves in some tricky shots. And Chaves is looking like he is confused on how to approach it.
He's breathing very heavy, his Junior.
But that has been his weakness throughout his career. If you have the tools and the talent, but you don't have the condition, it doesn't do me any good.
Yeah, you don't rise to the level of your expectation. You fall to the level of your training here, and it seems like that's happening to Chaves Jr. right now, guys.
Exactly.
But that's nothing new. It's Junior being Junior.
Yes.
As we said earlier, yeah.
We saw the fight against Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah.
I mean,
started well, and
then it just died out. Yes.
Let it go.
He faded.
With a much smaller man in front of him. Silva is not the smaller man today.
No.
Ooh.
And I did ask earlier today, you know, when you have two good fighters, mathematically speaking, in my book, the bigger guys should have the head start.
Right.
Just on sheer size.
Oh, you see a ferocity in the eyes of Anderson Silva right now, hunting for big shots at the end of this 6th round.
Abrasion under the left eye of Chaves. Probably from those lead right uppercuts. Ooh, and a little nick over the right eye as well.
I'm just going to say this. I don't think Junior will let himself go down. He's going to take this all the way the distance.
Oh, yeah.
Just because, on sheer will.
Chaves is always...
Throughout, we're going into the 7th round. Oh. He looks complete. He looks clean.
Oh, no, he looks phenomenal. He looks like a boxer. He's doing a phenomenal job. I don't think you can... you cannot call him not a boxer tonight.
You know what, guys? I'm scared. I'm scared that there's a man out there in the world like this that could be such a badass in the cage and then come and be such a badass in the ring afterwards, guys. I mean,
but you know what? I said it, and you guys said, no. A fighter is a fighter is a fighter, and when you're that level, you're going to bring that level of just wisdom, flying hours,
Can I
tenacity.
edit that?
I never said no.
Is a champion is a champion.
Okay, yes.
We're looking at
I stand corrected.
A phenom, a legend.
I agree.
In one sport, coming and bringing his skill set into another avenue.
And
Very well said.
I never said no, but I never would say yes, that Spider would look this good in the ring against Chaves.
No. I think like I said, we're all very, very impressed.
His work ethic is absolutely
No, you can tell he took this seriously.
Yes, outstanding.
I mean, look, we're in the 7th of an 8th rounder, and he's still bouncing.
Yes.
He's still moving. He's not even breathing hard. And he's landing big shots.
And he's busting Chaves up.
And
busting him up.
And that footwork, I know I keep, stressing that fact, but it's in constant movement. And one thing is in your 20s, another thing is in your 40s.
You wouldn't know what 40s are like yet, being 35 yourself.
Of course,
someday you will know what that's like, Claudia.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
I was curious how Silva was going to be able to use his skill set from the cage to transition that into the boxing ring. That great footwork, that awkward head movement, that dynamic punching and mixing things up. And he's doing just that. It's very, very impressive.
Well, I tell you what, he was my idol when I, fought MMA. The Spider was the king at that time. And I used to watch it. He didn't throw a lot of kicks. He used more hands than anything else.
That's a good point.
So it's not like it's such a foreign world for him. He always loved boxing. He's a fan of the sport, and you can tell that he's watched and studied a lot of boxing in his days.
I want to bring attention to his body awareness. He closes the gap, he puts the shoulder in, and he uses that to leverage those uppercuts.
And that's why his defense has been so good and has been getting hit with those big shots. Even early on when Chaves was feeling good and throwing those big bombs, Silva was catching them with his gloves.
See that? Again, that uppercut, left uppercut, just coming out of the shoulder roll. It's beautiful.
Smacking Chaves with that hook on the inside.
Oh, no, he's playing with his food. I'm going to say it right now. He's playing with his food.
Good body shots from Chaves.
Big shots. But, I mean, it feels like even when Anderson is backed up into a bad spot, it's like that's where he wants to be, He chooses to be there.
Chris, I think the cut is getting worse.
Oh, yeah, no, he's been bleeding all around.
Oh, hands down. Gives him that look like, what you going to do about it?
Now, the Spider has been busted.
Yes. And they're asking him, do it, Chan, do it. That's what they're asking him to do, but what is he supposed to do?
He's got no answer. He's got no answer for the Spider thus far.
And look at the legs of Spider Silva. Still got the bounce in this 8th and final round. I mean, man, he looks like it's the 2nd round. He's still moving so sharp.
He looks better than the 2nd round.
So
he's
crisp.
found his groove.
Yeah.
He's flowing right now.
Absolutely, Chris.
Feeling comfortable, having fun, moving great, landing good punches.
You just can't get too cute in there and get caught with something that puts him down.
He's taking the shots really well too. I haven't really seen anything showing us that Chaves could do that much damage with a single shot.
Another quick complaint to the referee from
No,
Chaves
he's not in the fight. He's not in the fight. You and I, Chris, we talked about that time when you got hit so hard in your face, but there was no way you would get your focus away from the fight.
Yeah, no, we're not seeing that kind of focus, that kind of diligence.
Oh, nice uppercut there on the inside. What's impressive about the Spider is he doesn't mind fighting outside. He'll fight inside shoulder to shoulder. He'll fight with Chaves backed on the ropes. He'll fight with his backed on the ropes. He's been willing to fight every single position in the ring here today and fight effectively as that.
Yeah, his judge of range has been masterful.
Which is always one of his biggest
attributes.
skills.
Yeah, for sure. Not sure what that is.
What happened? They're looking at the cut.
I mean, it's not bleeding too bad. It's in a bad spot.
It is a bad spot, right? But it's not.
But it's not really leaking. That was a quick stop.
I mean, the gash was really a lot worse on Omar.
Oh yeah.
By far.
But it was a little further outside the eye. This one's just above.
It's in that sweet spot.
Mm-hmm. That's a potentially dangerous
There you
spot,
go.
but it's not bleeding bad.
That's the Chaves Jr. we need to see. But
And
it's
a
a
little
buck
too late.
short and a day late.
Yep. He's got 1 minute left to go, and he is behind in this fight.
By far. Marcos has been a lot kinder than I am.
Yeah, I think I should agree with Marco. I think I have 2 rounds for Chaves, but probably
Yeah,
this
So
round
I
as
have
well.
the first and the third. Oh, okay. So we're not that off.
Yeah.
Nice left hand.
Silva definitely slowed a little bit in this round.
But still landed good jabs, landed good shots, not getting hit too much. He's playing range well.
See, I wish we could see this throughout a whole fight.
He's
But if he's
very
not in
good
shape,
in spots.
can he do this for a whole fight? Maybe he doesn't feel confident to fight like this and make it because he doesn't feel like he's in good shape.
That's the thing. Chaves is brilliant in spots, but it's very few and far between.
And that is it, guys. We go to the scorecards for this 8-round matchup between UFC legend, the 2 boxers to the center of the ring, and they are 2 boxers in there today, and Anderson Silva. Let's toss it to our ring announcer for our decision.
And ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. Después de 10 rounds de combate, nos vamos con las tarjetas de los jueces. El juez, Judge Roberto Rodríguez, he scores it 77-75, 77-75, en favor of Chaves. Juan Carlos Pulido scores it 77-75, 77-75, en favor de Silva. And juez, Judge Diego Alejo, he scores it 77-75 for your winner by the way of split decision. Su ganador por la vía de la decisión dividida. Senhoras e senhores, a lenda do Brasil e Mundial.
Almost saw another controversial decision there. You should have seen the way we looked at each other.
That was a split decision, not the best day at the office. What do you think? How do you think you fell short? No fue tu mejor día en la oficina, una decisión dividida. ¿Por qué crees que quedaste corto?
Bueno, creo que me quedé corto en tirar golpes. Lo dejé hacer su pelea. En ocasiones me arrimó a las cuerdas. Hizo su trabajo, pero pienso que la pelea no la ganó. Para lo mucho haya sido un empate. Para bien de su este.
Let's start with the fact that he thinks it could have been a draw. He failed to throw more punches. He really didn't do that much damage. There were a couple of rounds that could have gone back and forth, but it was enough for a draw. We've always talked about your conditioning. How did you feel for this fight? Siempre hablamos de tu condición física. ¿Cómo te sentiste para esta pelea?
Estuve bien en mi condición. Iba haciendo mi pelea. Como te dije, la cortada y todo me sacó un poquito de balance. Me arrimó a las cuerdas, hizo buena pelea, se movió bastante. Pero en ningún momento sentí que él dominara la pelea como para ganarla.
I felt good. I felt that he wanted to control the fight. He wanted me to fall into his fight. He took me to the ropes. But I don't think he ever hurt me. I really don't think he did enough to take this fight. Many times we wonder what's next for Julio César Chaves Jr. We always wonder when you're going to come back and what's going to happen. What is next for you? Siempre preguntamos, ¿qué sigue para Junior? Siempre nos preguntamos, ¿cuándo vas a regresar? ¿Qué sigue y para cuándo?
Bueno, yo estoy para pelear con quien sea. Como te he dicho, peleé 8 rounds con él. Puedo volver a pelear. o depende de lo que venga, ¿no? Estoy listo, me voy preparando, es mi quinta pelea en 15 meses. Voy evolucionando, como te digo, no pienso que me haya ganado, pero la pelea fue muy pareja.
He says the fight was very close. He's willing to face anybody. This is his 5th fight in 15 months. His conditioning is getting up to par. He's developing and progressing. So he's ready to come back anytime. Thank you very much, Julio. Mil gracias.
All right. Well, words from Chaves Jr.
And now's the opportunity to talk to the legend, the greatest MMA champion in UFC history, and now with great success in the ring. And he's talking to his friends via FaceTime. I wanna be there too. I wanna be there too. Hey, I wanna be. Hey, hi Brazil. Hola. Hola. Okay. Pleased to meet you. It's been a fantastic evening. Great night of boxing. How do you feel?
I feel so happy. I'm very, wow. I need to say thank you because my coach working a lot. And when I start this camp training, I talk to my coach. I need to do this because I love fighting and boxing is my dream for many, many years. And I need to prove my respect for boxing. I can't come in here and not do my best, you know? And these guys here, Coach Nico, Coach Doria, Coach César, and my son, and little Nico, Eliezer, and my whole team in Brazil, my whole team in here, my master Minotauro, Zumi TV, thank you so much. Brazil, my dad's here today, my whole team.
Great way to celebrate Father's Day with your son and your father. So this is a historical moment. Not only that, but this is a tribute to the Kings for one of the greatest Mexican fighters ever, Julio César Chaves. So how much does that add to this victory?
Wow. First of all, I respect the whole people here. The whole Mexican people is very special people. And give me a big hug. I need to say thank you so much for these people. And for all fighters here in Mexico, these amazing fighters. And I need to say thank you for the opportunity to come in here in Mexico again and showing my job and showing my respect for people here in boxing.
We have a lot of respect for you and everything you've done, but you just exchanged words with the best pound per pound, the face of boxing, another product of La Perla Tapatía, Saúl El Canelo Álvarez. I need to know what he said to you.
Wow. First of all, I'm a big fan for Canelo for long, long years. I follow your career, you know, I love boxing. And Canelo is a very gentle man and is very respectful and show me why he's the champion and come to talk to me and give me salute for me and for my team. I'm so happy and I don't believe in Canelo come talk to me. You know, I'm so happy.
We're happy to see you. You've shown best work ethic, outstanding physical training. Mandatory question, will you continue in boxing? When do we see you back?
Wow, now I go back to home. My son have a fight very soon. I go help my son. And little Nico and Eliezer have a fight. I go back to help my team. And maybe I fight very soon.
We look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Brandon?
Gracias, Mexico. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you, Anderson. Thank you for everything he's done in combat sports in general. And let's take a look at some punch stat numbers, the CompuBox numbers here for that 8-round fight here. And you see, percentage-wise, Chaves had the advantage, but so many more landed for Silva. Landed 392, I mean, looks like it's a little mix-up here. Landed 99, thrown 392 there. So it looks like, I mean, just more active, you know, landed more. I mean, it just, Chaves wasn't active enough, guys.
No, activity was the name of the game, yeah.
Sometimes in boxing it does go that way, but like you guys mentioned, the amount of punches that Junior threw kind of skewed that off. I just want to touch, I have no idea how one of these judges saw Julio Cesar Chaves Jr. winning this. I felt it was pretty clear. If you look on Twitter,